to this evening's quarterfinals debate. My name is Evie Nicholson and I am the chairman of this debate. The timekeeper is Tiana Ganatilaka. This debate will be judged by a panel of 3 adjudicators who are Mr. Aidman, Miss Shiju and Miss Vale. The topic of this debate is that there should be external doors on all toilets at school. The affirmative team seated to my right is from Glenunga International High School. The negative team seated to my left is from St. Aloysius College. The speaking time for this debate is 4 minutes. A single warning bell will sound 1 minute before the speaking time, and a double bell will sound at the end of the speaking time. Please ensure that your mobile phones are switched off. I declare this debate open and call upon the first affirmative speaker, Aniba Kazmi.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for tonight's debate is that there should be external doors on all toilets at school. As the affirmative team, we strongly agree with this topic. We define external doors as a pre-existing doorway that allows entrance to the bathroom, in comparison to a stall door, which only provides entry to the toilet itself. The toilet is a device with a purpose to get rid of body waste. The school, in this case, is an educational institution for high school students. This is all in reference to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. As the first affirmative speaker, I will discuss how removing the exterior doors could lead to serious health issues, and that without an external door, toilets can be a source of great anxiety. Our second speaker will discuss how not having an external door is an invasion to privacy. Our third speaker will formally summarize and rebut the debate. My first point is that removing the exterior doors could lead conscious students with toilet refusal and lead them to serious health issues such as bowel and bladder problems. Without the external door, toilet cubicles stall doors open straight to the passage area of the school. External doors can provide inner satisfaction to students when they come out of the toilet cubicle and fix themselves, knowing that they won't be exposed. Hence, students feel safe and confident to use the toilet, which results in students' better health and active participation in school. A mother of 2 children who attend Modbury High School highlighted the concerns of removing the external toilet doors and shared her views with the advertiser. She reported that some students had held the urine instead of going to the toilet for such a long period of time that it had caused urinary tract infections. This has led children going through psychological and physical distress and harm. Queensland Pediatric Fact Sheet has also notified that 1 in 10 girls and 1 in 50 boys are likely to have health issues because of refusal to use the toilets. So why do we want to put more pressure on students, worrying of not having the external doors while using the toilets and becoming the victim of harmful infections? My second point is that school toilets without external doors can be a great source of anxiety for students. South Australian High School Golden Grove has been criticized after deciding to remove the toilet doors so that toilets can be easily more accessible from the foyers. Mr. Kurz, the principal himself, admitted that we understand that accessing toilet facilities while at school can cause anxiety for some students. So why are we making the change when we know that this action could lead to harm of students' health and well-being, even if it impacts to only a few students? We believe that all the students have the right to feel safe and protected, and this right is given by United Nations Convention and International Agreement of Children's Rights, Article 16, which notifies that children have the right to feel safe and their basic needs are taken care of. So therefore, it is the school that needs to take care of students' basic needs and provide a safe place for everyone to use the toilets having the external doors. In conclusion, Madam Chairman, Madam and Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, we strongly believe that there should be external doors on all toilets at school because it enables students to have a good health and well-being. and that the toilet is a safe place for everyone in the school. So let's keep our external doors for toilets and for our children's better health and well-being. Thank you and good night.
I call upon the first negative speaker, Harriet Sorrell.
Okay. Good evening, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is that we should have external doors on school bathrooms. We agree with the definition given by the affirmative team. However, we, the negative team, strongly believe that this statement is false. As our first speaker, I'll be talking to you about how if we add external doors on bathrooms, it would make it more unsafe, as it would be easier for children to get away with bullying. Our second speaker, Taya, will talk to you about how it is easier for kids to get away with stuff like vaping and vandalism with an external door on bathrooms, and our third speaker, Yanoli, will rebut and sum up our case. The first affirmative speaker has tried to tell you that if you has tried to tell you that without having an external door it causes more health problems. But having an external door is also bad for health, as especially in coronavirus times, multiple people have been touching that same door handle. Imagine how many icky, gross fingers are touching that same door handle. Absolutely disgusting. My first point is that if we add external doors on bathrooms, it would make it easier for students to get away with bullying. A survey in 2010 by Kids Hotspot showed that a quarter of students felt nervous to use the school bathrooms, partly because of hygiene issues, but mostly because of their fear of being bullied. Many students don't use the bathroom at school because they're worried what could happen there, and if children are holding in their urine because they're afraid to use the bathroom, this can make it harder for students to concentrate in lessons and even sometimes give them urinary tract infections from holding in their pee. Without external doors in bathrooms, it's harder for children to get away with bullying, as the bathrooms are less closed off and it's easier for teachers to look in and check that everyone is behaving. Another survey shows that 12.1% of students have been bullied in a school bathroom. This may not seem like a high percentage, but that's still many students who have been harassed whilst just trying to pee. Imagine you were using the school bathroom, just trying to peacefully urinate, and you were harassed by your fellow students in a place that's meant to be safe. This bullying could be easily stopped if it was easier for teachers to check in the school bathrooms because they didn't have an external door blocking their view. Putting external doors on school bathrooms makes the bathrooms more closed off, and they make it easier for kids to get away with doing stuff they aren't supposed to. So in conclusion, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, we should absolutely not have external doors on school bathrooms, as they make bathrooms unsafe for students, as it's easier for kids to get away with harassment and bullying. You wouldn't want your child or your best friend or anyone to feel unsafe in a school bathroom.
I call upon the second affirmative speaker, Aria Wisling.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for tonight's debate is that there should be external doors on all toilets at school. We on the affirmative side strongly agree with this statement. Our first speaker has defined the topic and argued that removing the exterior doors could lead to serious issues and can create a source of great anxiety. As the second affirmative speaker, I will be arguing how without an external toilet door, many students feel it is an invasion of their privacy and how this relates to personal conversations between students. Our third speaker will firmly rebut and summarise the debate. But first, I would like to point out some of the opposition's flaws. The first negative speaker has argued that having external doors on toilets at schools lead to bullying within the hand washing area. While this could possibly occur within the hand washing area, the data collected from a bullying prevention program called Aloysius showed that as student ages increased, the amount of bullying decreased. The data also showed that the bullying was likely to occur in areas with little or no adult supervision, such as a playground, hallway, or classroom before the lesson begins. The data clearly shows that while it may minimise the small amount of bullying occurring in the hand washing area, it will not make a great difference. My first point is that by removing external doors in schools, students' privacy will be invaded. At the Herks and Essex High School in England, the toilets' external doors were removed. They received a huge amount of backlash from students and parents alike. One Year 9 girl told a reporter, "I think my whole student body would agree with that this is not acceptable. I feel like it's an invasion of privacy. Male staff and students being able to simply walk by and stare into the female space. It's not fair, it's embarrassing. I feel uncomfortable in the only place to have privacy in my own learning space." Students are clearly stating that it makes them feel uncomfortable and embarrassed. How is it fair to deny students their privacy in one of the only places they feel safe in school? A study by BMC Public Health illustrates that many students go to the bathroom to be alone and get away from the intense social and academic stress that many face. The extra door creates a strong sense of privacy for students facing such issues. A cubicle door is not enough for struggling students because they become more exposed. Conversations between students also happen in the hand washing area and toilets. For example, female students feel uncomfortable talking about their menstruation cycle. In fact, a poll from the New York Post found that nearly 60% of women feel a sense of embarrassment during their period. The removal of external doors on female bathrooms would impact how comfortably females may talk about such things or provide their peers or friends with items to help, such as pads. It is extremely important for people to be able to comfortably talk about topics such as this. It is a natural and common occurrence in many people's lives that private discussions are had behind the comfort and privacy of external bathroom doors. Invading such crucial conversations will not help anyone. In conclusion, it is crucial that we keep external doors on school toilets due to privacy issues and the interruption of personal conversations within the bathroom. Why would we remove something that makes students feel safe, that gives them privacy? Why would we do that to students? Let's keep the external doors on school toilets for the sake of student privacy. Thank you and good night.
I call upon the second negative speaker, Taya Snowman.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic of our debate is that there should be external doors on school toilets. We, the negative team, believe that this statement is untrue. The first speaker has stated that when asked if we The first speaker has asked us why we should remove the external doors, as she has stated the principal Cuss, the principal of Golden Grove High School, has said that it is hard for students to go to the bathroom because of anxiety. Without external doors, teachers can easily help to prevent things that make children unsafe and anxious, such as bullying. Our first speaker, Harriet, has already stated that not having external doors on our toilets will act as a deterrent for bullying and misbehaviour. She talked about how children often feel unsafe in bathrooms because of bullying, and by getting rid of the doors, we can easily prevent that. Today, I will be presenting my 2 points. My first point is that removing the external doors will offer a significant change in the levels of vaping in school bathrooms. The Australian Drug Foundation highlighted that 68% of interviewed students either buy or borrow vapes from their friends. This proves that it's highly possible for teenagers to be given or use vapes at school. The state's Commissioner of Children and Young People released a report that stated 2 out of 3 of the respondents had tried vaping, and 25% of the interviewed were regular users. According to the research done by the Australian Medical Association, students are vaping on the playground, in the classroom, but they're usually vaping in the school toilet blocks. Many schools in the United States have removed the external bathroom doors in an urgent effort to reduce vaping in their school population. Don Murphy, a principal at St. Joseph High School in Ottawa, said that the amount of vaping in washrooms has significantly decreased since the change. Getting rid of external bathroom doors is a quick and cost-effective step to reducing these shocking numbers and keeping us young people in high school safer from the dangers of vaping at schools. My second point is that removing the doors will allow vandalism levels to deteriorate without invading any privacy. In 2021, a trend was created on TikTok called the Devious Licks Challenge. This trend made vandalism seem cool and funny. In September of 2021, Stargazer and Marriott Ridge News released articles about 2 of the many schools that had been affected by this trend. Stargazer reported that students stole soap dispensers, stuffed toilet paper in the toilets, and Marriott Ridge discussed the markings all over the walls that took time and money to remove. But it doesn't take a trend to make vandalism popular in school bathrooms. Bedford High released a newsletter to their students talking about the occurring vandalism. It was reported that in both boys' and girls' bathrooms, there were broken light sensors, toilet seats, ceiling tiles, paper dispenser and soap dispensers, toilet papers dropped into toilets, laminate sink surrounds pulled off, and graffiti on walls and stalls daily. Adelaide Now reports that school bathroom vandalism cost the state government way over $2 million each year. Instead of spending the money on upgrading the bathroom facilities, it's spent on repairing the damaged bathrooms. Learning.com research has shown that all types of facilities have found that when they remove the external doors, vandalism goes down. As you can see, not having external bathroom doors will allow teachers and students to observe and report vandalism without violating the privacy of students. So, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, we should remove the outside doors from school toilets to reduce vaping and vandalism levels. This will benefit the students and the school authority. Thank you.
I call upon the 3rd affirmative speaker, Anish Mangla.
Good evening, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for tonight's debate is that there should be external doors on all toilets at school. We, as the Affirmative team, strongly believe that this should happen. As the 3rd speaker for the Affirmative team, I will summarise my team's points, rebut the opposition, and close the debate from the Affirmative side. Before getting into any of my team's points, I would like to highlight some of the opposition's flaws. The first negative speaker has argued that having the external doors on toilets at schools leads to bullying within the hand-washing area. While this could possibly occur within the hand-washing area, the data collected from a bullying prevention program called Aloysius showed that as students' ages increased, the amount of bullying decreased. The data also showed that the bullying was likely to occur with areas with little to no adult supervision, such as the playground, hallway, or classroom before the lesson begins. This data clearly shows that it may minimize the small amount of bullying occurring in a hand washing area. It will not make a great difference. The second negative speaker has argued that students are likely to vape behind an external door to a bathroom. While this is true, vape detectors can be installed in the bathroom, like schools such as Plumpton High School in Sydney, and they have been proven to catch and deter people from vaping. Removing an external door will not prevent vaping. It would only make students find even more concealed areas to vape, where vape detectors cannot be installed, which in turn will only create a bigger vaping problem. The second negative speaker has also argued that removing the external doors on toilets at schools increases the amount of graffiti in the bathrooms. While doing this will increase the amount of graffiti, it will also make the students feel uncomfortable within the toilet facilities. A better way to decrease the amount of graffiti while maintaining a person's comfort is to install graffiti-resistant coating on every surface, which would reduce the thrill of graffitiing, as it would be extremely easy to clean off. This also shouldn't be a focused reason as to why exterior doors are not needed, as there are solutions to prevent this offence that don't involve forcefully removing entire doors. Our first speaker, Aniba's first point, was that not having external doors will make students self-conscious. Because of this, some students may not want to go to the toilet for the possibility of embarrassing themselves. If students don't go to the toilet, they can have serious health problems, with 1 in 50 girls and 1 in 50 boys suffering from problems like UTIs. Aniba's second point highlighted how students are shown to have increased anxiety when there are no external doors on toilets. In one case, after removing the doors, the principal himself said, "We understand that accessing toilet facilities while at school can cause anxiety for some students," implying that it was an obvious concern to the school and causing serious problems. Our second speaker, Arya's main point was how removing external doors invaded students' privacy, as they cannot talk about personal topics and be themselves while escaping the intense social environment of the schoolyard or classroom. Without external doors, students feel embarrassed as people can see into their toilets. These external doors also help students talk about sensitive topics within the hand washing area. Without these, students feel embarrassed while talking about things they cannot control, such as periods. Students have raised concern about the issue, with one Year 9 female student saying, "Male staff and male students being able to simply walk by and stare into the female space, it's not fair, it's embarrassing. I feel uncomfortable in the only place I have privacy in my own learning space." I'm calling it an invasion of privacy clearly. In conclusion, Madam Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, there should be external doors on all school toilets, as we do not want our children to suffer from serious health problems, and that students should be able to have a degree of privacy appropriate for a school environment. Thank you and good night.
I call upon the third negative speaker, Yunoli Pereira.
Good afternoon, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is that there should be external doors on all toilets at school. We, the negative team, believe that this statement is false. I will now rebut the affirmative team. The second speaker has stated that removing the external doors on toilets can receive backlash. Most of the backlash from removing the external doors come from parents who have no evidence. Yes, it is true that when Golden Grove High School and Modbury High removed the external toilet doors, it was a headline in a lot of articles such as the Daily Mail, News Adelaide, Advertiser, and many more. This resulted in parents showing their anger, annoyance, irritation, and frustration on social media. The decision to remove the external doors was backed by research done by many reliable sources such as UniSA and the Educational Health Department. An example of this is a study conducted by UniSA in 2016 shows that 12.4% of the students get bullied in school bathrooms. Shouldn't parents be happy that their children are in more safer environments? The affirmative team has also tried to tell you that removing the doors is detrimental to the privacy of students. This is wrong, because inside the bathroom, the actual toileting is done inside a doored cubicle. Architects.com states that in 2020, the University of Melbourne found that many school toilets are a source of anxiety. To address these challenges, architects use university research as the evidence base to rethink the designs of school toilets. Children are anxious that others will look over or under the toilet walls and doors. This is why the new design of toilet cubicles with walls and doors that go all the way to the floor and are high enough to prevent overlooking but with enough gap at the top to promote passive ventilation. When the walls go all the way to the floor, there will be maximum privacy for students. A parent has stated on a Reddit article that her child attends Modbury High and feels safer with the doors removed because there was no way other students could loiter in the toilets as there was more supervision. The third speaker has also tried to tell you that we can just use vape detectors to reduce the amount of vaping. The cost for vape detectors usually go on over the thousands. On preparing for this argument, it took our team less than 5 minutes to find over 5 different websites providing tips to evade the detectors, so it wouldn't be very hard for other teenagers to quickly adapt. That is a large expense for a very little return. Monitoring vape detectors also adds even more work onto the already breaking backs of our teachers, who would have to take the time out of their lessons or lunch breaks to check the bathroom and respond to the alarms. So in conclusion, our first speaker spoke to you about how if we add external doors to the bathrooms at school, it will make it more unsafe as many children can get away with bullying. Our second speaker spoke to you about how removing external toilet doors will reduce the levels of vaping in school. She also stated that vandalism levels will decrease after taking away the doors. So, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, we, the negative team, strongly believe that the external doors on school toilets should be removed. Thank you.
While the adjudicators finalise the result, I will read this evening's chairman's notices. We are delighted to announce that the grand finals will be held in the House of Assembly Chamber, Parliament House, on Saturday, 24th of September 2022. Topic and side information for the semi-finals will be available on the Debating SA website from tomorrow morning. Please be sure to check your side and debate time information carefully. Debates will be held here at the same venue next week.
we got the time?
7:52.
Oh. Can all talk amongst yourselves.
Oh,
I invite a representative of the adjudication panel to come forward to announce the result.
So hi everyone. Overall, this was an incredibly close debate. So I just want to congratulate you both teams for just putting up such a compelling debate. And that's honestly why all us three adjudicators spent so long out there trying to work out, because honestly both sides were so compelling, and overall one team had a more compelling team case, and each speaker, they addressed the opposition's opposition's points strongly in their rebuttals. So we've decided in a split decision to award this debate to the affirmative. And just a note, in future debates, remember to have your most compelling, strongest arguments brought up at first speaker. And I'll hand over to my fellow educator to announce the debating award.
Hi, I'd like to give the debating award to Yanuli for more substantial rebuttal and a really good presentation. Thank you.
We will hand back to our chair, the ma'am.
I call upon a member of the runner-up team to give a vote of thanks.
We'd like to thank our parents and our guardians who've come out tonight despite the really cold weather. We'd like to thank our teachers who've helped us grow as debaters. Thank you to our adjudicators who took time out of their nights to judge us, and thank you to Glenunga for a great debate.
I call upon a member of the winning team to second that vote of thanks.
Thank you everyone for attending this debate. Like the chairperson said, it was a very compelling debate, and I bet everybody here enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance. I now declare this debate closed.